Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Bobby. We've got Dave, we've got Rob. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, Bobby. How about you?
I'm doing good.
Doing good, Bob. Thanks you.
I just wanted to I know we don't have a guest tonight. I just kind of wanted to jump in, say hey to everybody. This is episode 40. We are we're gonna share a video here in the next couple minutes. Um, I'm trying to set up, make sure everybody gets in and can view this. Uh, how's you guys' week's been? Sorry I haven't been around. Uh, I know I was in here 2 weeks ago, and then the hurricane came and messed a bunch of stuff up. So, Dave, how you hanging in with the hurricane?
We're all good here in Gastonia. Now, surrounding areas are a different story, but by the grace of God, we missed it, and Stacy, who's further west than all this devastation, got missed as well. So, thank the Lord for that. I know we don't bring up religion that much, but you know, it's the only thing I can say.
Yeah, the devastation is just crazy. The videos that I've seen, and I mean, it looks like there's more damage in like the Carolinas and Tennessee, Virginia, Georgia than there actually was in Florida.
Yeah,
It's just crazy the amount of flooding and landslides, roads that are knocked out. I know. Well, I reached out to my cousin that lives in Rock Hill, South Carolina, just south of Charlotte, and she's up high in the mountains. So I figured maybe they weren't doing so great, but she said fortunately their area didn't get hit that bad, and they were lucky. Their power flickered a little bit, but they were good. But I mean, there's still a lot of people without power, water, food, and it's sad, but it's awesome to see the amount of people reaching out to help. Um, you know, the people that are stranded or and whatever. So
yeah. And if you don't follow me on Facebook, I just shared a Facebook post about it, and people are seeing now on TikTok now that they actually have a signal and everything down in the Chimney Rock, Hendersonville, Asheville area. The absolute devastation that's down there. But from I've talked to a couple people, and one thing that nobody's saying is the part that I didn't even think about, to be honest, and that's the smell. People don't understand that, these are older historic towns that got hit, and just it wasn't flood water. It was rivers backing up. It was dams opening. It was just the absolute, perfect storm. So a lot of the mud that you're seeing on the ground is not mud. Some of it is open sewage. And then another big thing is, since they opened up the dams and the rivers overflowed, all that is silt from the bottom of the uh, rivers and opening up the dams. So the smell is absolutely horrendous. Not only, is it, you know, backup, like, your septic and stuff like that, but it's also the smell from the sediment at the bottom of all these lakes and rivers that run through these little towns. And if anybody's ever been to Asheville, Boone, it is absolute historic areas that will probably never, ever, ever be the same again. It's not like Louisiana where they were able to salvage, the Mardi Gras area and then leave everything else alone and devastated. It's going to take years and years and years for these people to get back their traditional life if they're not migrating to a new town or moving out towards the Charlotte area, which a lot of people are right now. I've seen more U-Hauls coming up 85 than I think I ever have. But it's kind of one of these out of sight, out of mind scenarios where these are not the beautiful homes that you see that are on the beaches of Florida, and the houses that are perched up on top of the mountains. These are everyday average folks that just absolutely lost everything, and my prayers and thoughts go out to every single one of them. And if we can as a nation figure this out yet again, uh just keep your thoughts and prayers with us in North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, and then everybody that's involved with this mess.
Yeah, our Area 51 Racing podcast is definitely thoughts and prayers to everybody that's been affected by this.
Yeah, I know before we came on air, I said I had reached out to some of our partners down in North Carolina, South Carolina area just to check on them, and they're doing okay. I do know Gary Raven, one of Jeremy's longtime crew members, that's been a guest on our podcast. He's having a rough time. Him and his wife, they still have no power, no water, and he's having to travel a distance to try to get food, water, take a shower, and that type of stuff. So, it's just it's just devastating and sad. On a positive note, the racing community in a whole has come together once again, like a family, like they usually do. And I mean, not just like the drivers and race teams, but like fans and everybody have come together to make donations. I've seen a lot of the race teams been posting that they're collecting, water, food, canned goods, fuel, whatever they can get, and then they're dispersing it. I mean, Joe Gibbs Racing and Hendricks Motorsports loaned out 2 of their helicopters to help deliver food and supplies to the affected areas, also to rescue some stranded people. You got former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, who I believe lives in the state of Washington, flew his helicopter in, unless he keeps it in North Carolina at his shop, flew his helicopter along with another racing guy named Cletus McFarland. Some people may or may not know him, but he owns a racetrack called the Freedom Factory down in Florida. Him and his wife flew in, and there's like 38 other private helicopter pilots that have joined together to go rescue people stranded up in the mountains and stuff, and to drop in food and water and whatever that these stranded people need. Michael Jordan and 2311, they donated $1 million to the relief, 500,000 to the North Carolina Disaster Fund, and then also another 500,000 to the Second Harvest Metrolina food bank for people. It's Junior Motorsports and the Cars Tour are collecting supplies and stuff. Also, it's really amazing to see. I mean, a lot of these race teams themselves may not even still have power or water. For example, Jeremy Clements Racing, he posted earlier this week that they're running everything on a generator at their shop, trying to get their car ready for Talladega. And I'm sure he's not the only one that's affected by that in some way. It's just in the grand scheme of things, racing is a small part of life when you're talking about a family losing everything, or a family member being injured or sadly passing away as a result of this. It's just like Dave said, hopefully our nation comes together and we're able to all work together to get this devastation cleaned up. I mean, I in my 54 years of life have never seen that much inland devastation from a hurricane ever. Usually, like I said, it's like Louisiana, Florida, but that far up the coast inland, that it's just, I mean, it doesn't even compare to a tornado because you got water flooding with like the tornado damage. And it's sad. And, whatever, if there's anything that any of us can do, we'll be glad to try to help out in any way. Prayers and thoughts to all our viewers, listeners, partners, anybody that's been affected by this in any way, shape, or form. We're all thinking about you and praying for you and hoping everything turns out and you can get your life back on the path and somewhat back to normal, if there is a normal going forward. But yeah, it's just the devastation just is sad. It just, when I saw some of these videos, it's just like, oh my God. And Dave, you're right there. So
the one that really got me was we've got what's called the Rainbow Bridge down here, and the Rainbow Bridge is where our lure says that where dogs go to heaven, and there's probably thousands upon thousands of collars with the dog tag still on them that has yet to be found. Me being a pet lover and having my girl die, right next to me, that almost brings me to tears, because that was something symbolic to me, and I've seen it with my own two eyes, and that's, sorry, you guys go. I apologize.
No, it's all good, brother. We totally understand. It's I mean, it's hard to see and hard to even think about. And
it's
when
heartbreaking for sure.
Right. And when you're there firsthand and it directly seeing it and affecting you, we get it. We may not totally understand it, but you're feeling, but we get it.
But Bobby, let's get some good news.
Say, on a change of subject,
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut it short because it's a very deep subject, but I want to share something with everybody to kind of get everybody's mind off of it and kind of get everybody to smile a little bit. So we're gonna air the first ever Area 51 Racing podcast intro, the new intro of Area 51 Racing podcast, I should say. Right here, right now, like Cap Houston said, Bobby, what you got for me?
Yeah, Area 51 podcast. Jeremy Clements is going to win at Daytona. You're going to believe this? Oh my God.
Here comes the young lady out of Lincoln, California. This is the Kylie Glick. Here goes Kylie Glick.
In the business of my dream, I don't think that they're ready. Let's go. This is Cap Houston right here. Bobby, what you got for me?
I will say that is probably that is probably the best intro that we ever have. And at the very end, obviously, you guys seen my dad was in there. This is for him. I miss him dearly. But it's been a rough week or a rough month for everybody. Dave, myself, Rob, holy hell. Let's hope that this October on is better, because September was holy hell.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
Yeah, I will as well. Yeah, October at the end of the month is my birthday, so the 28th. So hopefully it's a good month.
Now,
my wedding anniversary is the 14th, so
we're gonna, like I said, this is gonna be a short episode for all of us, but I got some sharing to do. So Ray Stevens posted something awesome. I don't know if you guys can see it yet, but he posted the Miami paint scheme. Holy hot damn, is that thing awesome. Absolutely fire. I can't wait to see it on the track. The orange neon numbers or chrome numbers. Those are gonna be freaking awesome looking. Um, what's your guys' thoughts on that?
So I wonder if the race suits, if the fire suits, they're gonna have white tuxedos, because that would look cool, like Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Yep, I could see some pastels with a nice sport coat over the top.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. That was a like Ray's typical livery is also the red, white, it has red, white, and blue in it because that's Flying Form Concrete Structures colors. And that break from the norm for him is it's a home run. Michael Michelli again, once again. Ray gave him an idea, and it's just it's a home run. That car it looks awesome.
And then today, Jeff O'Day throws this teaser out here, and I love Vegas. I've never been, but I love gambling, and it just obviously, if you can't tell, well, I blocked my view, so I can't actually see. But if you look at my tattoo, I got the checkered flag, and I got the roulette wheel with it. That's actually a compass. So like the roulette wheel's the outside, and then the compass is in the middle. Like I love gambling. This paint scheme is absolutely fire. I mean, it's got the roulette wheel. It's got I mean, this thing's sick.
And that one's
Yeah.
already been passed through as well.
Jeff O'Day posted it, so
Right.
I'm assuming it has been, yeah.
his response on it says it's coming.
Nice.
So yeah, he posted that, and I sent it to you guys immediately, and I'm like, this thing's freaking awesome.
Right. I was looking at it and I'm going, man, I hope NASCAR approves that. But if it's already posted, man, if they can even come close to that,
Yeah.
we do get kind of a sneak peek here and there, on stuff that's coming. But
Not like that.
when it comes to fruition, like the Vegas car and the Homestead car, damn, are they sexy?
Yeah.
I don't. Jeremy's got the best damn looking cars out there.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
And we keep getting die cast. Rob and I were just talking about this. These die casts keep coming, and we're gonna get in trouble because they keep coming and coming and coming, and they're just like, holy hell, let's roll.
right.
Well, that's the thing. Scotty Banks is like I joked before, Scotty Bankrupt, but he does an amazing job with those cars. I have to now pick and choose because what car I order from him. Otherwise, I am going to be in trouble, and I'm going to run out of room.
I'm already there. So
Yeah.
don't mind me. I'm kind of setting off to the side right now. I know it's kind of weird, but Scotty Banks, I literally just got this thing, and it's freaking amazing. Like it came out absolutely fire.
Oh, it's autographed too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, this thing is absolutely sick looking, and I opened it up. What do you know? Number 50.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just we're doing these odds and end things. I really appreciate everybody that makes this podcast possible. I greatly appreciate it. I really can't. Oh, and then Spartan Waste is coming out with these hats from TRW or Armadillo Apparel, and I mean they're absolutely freaking on point. Like I love them. They did a great job on them. Mark, there's your shout out. I told you I'd put it on and shout it out. But yeah, I wanna thank everybody. Obviously you see Dave, Rob, and I all have Spartan Waste on. We greatly appreciate all of our sponsors. Rob, I'm gonna let you do the last 2 weeks of race recap.
Sound good. So since I wasn't on last week, so the Xfinity Series race recap for Jeremy Clements Racing from Bristol Motor Speedway, I'll start with first, and then I'll do the race this past weekend that was at Kansas Motor Speedway, is brought to you by Action RV. The Bristol race, really good weekend. It was good to see. Practice, his car was loose center off. Entry not bad. He did 4 stops to make adjustments, got the car better, and not as loose. He qualified P7, which I believe is his best qualifying effort this year. But his car was still a little loose off and hard, making it hard to get on the gas to get off the corner. Started the race P7. And the car, during the course of that stage, car was still a little loose, made some adjustments, and ended up finishing P6 and earning 5 stage points. Then stage 2, car was still a little loose. He restarted 21st as several cars stayed out to flip the stages. There was a lap on 156, there was a caution on lap 156. Jeremy stayed out. He restarted P1, and he ultimately led the rest of the laps and got his first career stage win, along with 10 stage points. Talking about a moment that was awesome to see and to listen to the scanner and everybody being excited. Mark saying, "Hey, RC, that's your first stage win," with Jeremy and that type of stuff. And then when Jeremy comes into pit to start before the start of stage 3, Mark actually said, "Hey, Jeremy, do you want to just stay out a little longer, lead some more laps?" And Jeremy goes, "Yeah, I would love to, but we definitely got to come in." So they were having a little fun for once, instead of going back and forth and being frustrated or mad about handling of the car or what's going on track. It was good to hear and see the success finally showing up. Stage 3, car he lost a little front turn on the car, and the car was loose back to the gas off the corner. They made adjustments. Jeremy restarted P23. Mark told him to save fuel. Jeremy obviously was frustrated now because he was running in the back of the pack, and he had a really fast car. The 16 car of AJ Allmendinger actually was holding up Jeremy, and the cars were starting to catch up to him, and his spotter RC told him that he needed to move AJ out of the way because the cars behind him were catching up so fast. So Jeremy was finally able to get by AJ. He made it up to P12, where he ended up finishing the race. So a clean car, P12, a stage win, and 5 stage points in the first stage is a huge win for Jeremy Clements' team. Jeremy said just at the end, his car got too tight, and that's the only reason why he couldn't go forward. He was bummed that he didn't get to the top 10, but he said we were really close. Mark and the team. What's that?
The probably the most important part of that is brought home a clean race car.
Yeah.
They
especially Bristol.
Right. Desperately needed it. And that car looked absolutely hot going around the track.
It did.
I think
all
that
South
it
Electric
looked like it was on rails.
Yep. Yeah, the all South Electric one-stop convenience stores car. That livery, I love that livery, that blue, silver, white, depending on, and sometimes they'll put the electrical arcs and stuff around the all South part. Those cars look awesome. Yeah, they had one hell of a rocket ship. That's for sure. The 00 Stewart Haas racing car driven by Cole Custer won the race and the regular season championship. Justin Allgaier, the number 7 car for JRM Junior Motorsports, at the start of the race was the leader to win the regular season championship. He had a 43-point cushion over Custer, and Allgaier's race went to shit in a handbasket pretty quick. He got wrecked. He had flat tires. Then they were repairing damage, and the Sawzall fell in front of the car. He took off before they could remove it, drove around the track with it. So he got a penalty for moving equipment from the pit box. And ultimately, he was down some laps and finished P30 and ended up losing the regular season championship by 3 points.
Yeah. Rumor has it that Sawzall will make its way down to TRW.
Oh, really?
No, not at all, but that would be sweet as hell.
Oh, I was going to say.
I mean,
could you imagine? There'd be people fighting over there. I guarantee you.
Oh, 100%. No, I don't think Junior's, the damn thing still worked afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It worked. Still worked. I
mean, that's going to go in the Dirty Mo studio right behind Junior.
Oh, yeah.
That or it's going to sit on the desk by all the die casts they have on the table there by him.
Oh,
but either way, I mean, and I feel bad for Justin because he's a great guy. He's a really good driver, and he seems to have had just dumb luck on occasion when it comes to, winning a championship or whatever in the Xfinity series. So I don't know. He like I said, he finished 3 points behind Cole Custer. And then to move on, this past weekend. Okay.
Jump.
My video just disappeared. I have a blank screen.
Oh, we can see you perfectly.
Okay, I'll just keep talking. I can't see anybody. Sorry. So this weekend, Jeremy and the team raced at Kansas Speedway. It wasn't as good as Bristol. He was P33 on the lap averages, P35 overall for practice. Whatever you could think of was wrong with Jeremy's car. Something was wrong with the left front shock or suspension. Car was bouncing every time he would go into a corner. Car was extremely loose. It was on the splitter. And long story short, that can.
Okay,
and we lost Rob.
Now you see him, now you don't.
Right. Abracadabra. They call me the Magic Man.
That was great.
And this is my host, El Diablo.
Dude, you just Magic Man. Dave and I were like, you're gone.
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I changed paper and I just disappeared. So I was like, I'm lucky I didn't say what I probably would have normally said. But either way,
Dave and I both went like this. I went, and you were gone.
It's magic. This called me the Magic Man.
Right.
So basically, Jeremy, he qualified P26. Like I said, loose and bouncing, and stage one, he ended up starting P25 because Matty D had to go to the rear, and he was in front of him. In that first stage, Jeremy ended up going a lap down. There was a caution on lap 7, got the wave around, got back on the lead lap. And by the end of the stage, they were a lap down again. His car was so bad that he ended up hitting the wall, and it left a mark on the bumper cover, but not enough to damage anything. They continued to work on the car no matter what, like I said, they did, it would not stop bouncing, and it was not really helping the looseness. Stage 2, he restarted P27 one lap down. And again, that trend of ill handling car continued. He ended up excuse me, he ended up finishing the stage P30 one lap down. Stage 3, he was started P30 one lap down, and ultimately ended up going I think it was finished he ultimately finished the lap, or finished the race P27 3 laps down. The winner was the number 20 car of Eric Almirola in the Joe Gibbs Toyota. But actually the what do you call it, the all-star car or whatever that they have, Joe Gibbs Racing has, that has all the wins between Almirola, Truex, Ryan Truex, and I can't remember who the other one was. Maybe it was just those two, but either way, they won the race. Mark actually did say that once they got back, they were going to send the shocks in to have them tested to see if there was actually something wrong with them, because it like I said, whatever they did adjustment wise, it didn't make a difference, and it was bouncing around, made the car so hard to handle that, you know, Jeremy just couldn't do anything. So hopefully they can get it figured out. Unfortunately, I saw the guys, Mark Setzer posted that I think I said earlier, they're working in the shop without any power, using a generator. They have no lift, so they're doing it, Mark said, the old school way, the old grassroots way, where you jack the car up, put it on jack stands, and work on the car or whatever. So, you know, hopefully they have a better car this weekend at Talladega. Jeremy's fairly good at plate tracks, so hopefully he can get that car. They can get that car dialed in. I'm hoping it's a Hendricks engine. I don't know if it is or not for this race, but either way, just hopefully they have a better luck this week and they can get a good finish again. I mean, the guys have been busting their ass and all year, and it's just as a fan, it's frustrating and stuff. I can't even imagine at being like Mark and Jeremy and, you know, his dad and the guys in the shop that are working, you know, and then the pit crew guys, just everybody that works on that team to make it function, just how frustrating and taxing it is on them. But they never give up. And that's basically, you know, a testament to them all. So, so that's basically my race report. I don't know if you want me to talk about Kylie Glick, for part 3.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The Kylie Glick Racing, race report, brought to you by Nordic Logistics. This weekend, Kylie Glick is going to be racing at All-American Speedway this Saturday, the October 5th. She will be racing in her NASCAR Junior Late Model, and then also in the Pro Late Model in the Cars West Tour race. I believe it's her first race entry into the Cars Tour. I could be wrong, but I believe it is her first entry into the Cars Tour West race. She does have a 9-point lead in the Junior Late Model championship point standings with this race and one more race left to go in November. So wishing Kylie and her team well. Hopefully she can have a good finish in both races and she gets some more seat time, learn some more stuff. I've been watching her social media and stuff. She's making sure her guys and gals at the shop are fed well. She's getting them cookies and donuts and stuff. So That's good to see. And she's learning about how to work on the car and stuff too. So while she's busy with school and everything now. So the other thing is, if anybody's interested in purchasing any Kylie Glick racing merchandise, please go to the Kylie Glick Racing Facebook page and click on the link in one of her posts where she talks about new merchandise being available for her. And you can go ahead and click on there. You can purchase hats, shirts, sweatshirts, hero cards, stickers, pretty much anything you can think of. They got it in there. I mean, so, but yeah, all of us here at Area 51 Racing Podcast wish Kylie and her team, Nate Clower Motorsports, a great weekend this weekend at All American Speedway. We're cheering for you, Kylie, and your team. So go out there and get another W and a trophy to add to your trophy case.
Now, don't forget this weekend is the ARCA Series Championship at Toledo Speedway. I was hoping to be there. My plan was to be helping Alex Club, but with everything that happened with Dad, I am not able to do that. So hopefully we'll be able to try again next year. That was going to be a lot of fun, but don't forget, tune in. I believe it's FS1 or FS2 to be able to watch the ARCA Series Championship at Toledo Speedway. It should be a good race. Rob, Dave, story time with Dave. Let's throw that out there. You got anything?
I got really nothing this week. I did want to note one thing that Rob missed by a hair. It was also my other favorite driver, and if nobody knows, is Kyle Busch. So I've been following JGR for years and years and years. So with Eric Almirola winning the race, that also clinched the owner's points for Joe Gibbs Racing for the Xfinity Series. So proud of Toyota. Like I was listening to NASCAR XM the other day, and they said it's probably the most expensive pitcher that'll ever be taken. With Joe Gibbs and the Toyota drivers, obviously, but to hold that manufacturing championship up, for Toyota, is quite the achievement for them. So.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. I did forget about that. And I don't think there's that many Toyotas that race in the Xfinity Series either.
No,
I mean, Sam Hunt Racing and Joe Gibbs Racing are the two that come to mind.
Right. Just absolutely dominating with that all-star staff that you had pointed out.
I thought they said they have at least 6 wins, if not 8. I can't remember what it was. It was either 6 or 8 that car, the drivers that drove that car this year had won in so far. And that is, I mean, that's dominating. I mean, when you're putting a different driver in that car for the crew chief and the crew to all get used to a new driver, a different driver, and their driving style and stuff, it's a testament to the men and women working on that team that they're able to do that.
Well, just think they were doing that with Kyle when he was there. They'd livery up that number 54, and he'd go out there and just absolutely whoop ass. And that was what, 4 or 5 times a year, and he would bring home, 3 wins at least.
What was that? In 2023, he won 4 or 5 races in a row to break the 100 wins, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I know one of them was at Road America. It was like it was in July. So the Road America race was around July 4th, I think it was. So it was like 2 races before that, the Road America race, and the race after, I think he won, and that broke either tied or broke the 100 win thing in the Xfinity Series for him. So I mean, that's just crazy. That guy, I mean, the amount of wins Kyle Busch has put together in his career in the three divisions, three highest divisions is crazy. Blows my mind.
Yep, 200 plus wins. I mean, I was watching the TV and I jinxed it. I texted somebody that there was only 20 laps to go and Kyle had a hell of a lead this week, and then all of a sudden gets taken out with I think like 13 or 14 to go, and this year would be the 20th year in a row with a win in the NASCAR series. I mean, that's crazy talk.
Yeah. I mean, that's not easy to do. I mean, look at a lot of drivers that have been in like Michael McDowell, for example. He's been in NASCAR for quite a while. And what was it? Was it 2 or 3 years ago when he got his first win at the Cup Series at the Daytona 500?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a given. It's not an easy thing. And he's a really good racer, all around racer. And that's what makes it even more impressive. I mean, and I've said it before. I like to listen to Kyle Busch's radio, his scanner, because the guy provides so much information and feedback to his crew chief about what the car is doing and how it needs to be fixed, that if any racer was able to sit down and listen to just what he's saying about what the car is doing, you could learn so much just from hearing that. And I've seen him like at local short track races where he shows up. He actually works on his own car. I mean, I've seen him under the car. I think it was either Slinger or Kaukauna, WIR, here in Wisconsin, where he was underneath the car changing his gear in the rear end. And he has his own crew that comes with him. That's when he had KBM, and he was doing his own work and stuff. I mean, the guy he gets his hands dirty, and he knows he's really knowledgeable. I mean, and a prime example is now those genes have been passed on to Brexton. I mean, he's just waxing everybody now. And he just won, I think, 3 races or something at a track I think it said he'd never been to before this past weekend. But
he will be in the Truck Series with Kyle, and he will be winning just like Kyle was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I don't even know, Dave, do you know how old Brexton is? Is he even 10 yet?
No, he's not. He's not even 10 yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll well, I think that was already in like the JCR or the RCR contract when they signed
$100 bill.
They also signed Brexton to a deal as well. Not quite working out the way that I kind of wanted to, but I still love my guy. I'll cheer him on until the day he retires, and then I'll probably be a Brexton fan after that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I always like watching Kyle Busch race. I mean, not only because how good he is, but he's also got the attitude where he doesn't really care who he pisses off, and he's himself. He acts, he does what he wants and acts the way he wants to, and he doesn't care what other people think of him. And in a sense, he's sort of, Dale Earnhardt Sr. was in a sense that way, where, it's this persona that he has that, obviously he's different than Dale Sr., but the persona that he has is like, you don't like it, then beat me.
Yep. Just like his 2 nicknames, Rowdy and Wild Thing. I mean, you don't get those from the announcers just by going around and riding around the track.
Yep, I agree 100%. I mean, Kyle, I mean, he's done some crazy stuff like some
Yeah.
other drivers have that
Yeah,
I'm sure regret.
questionable to say the least.
Well, yeah, that I'm sure regret doing now. But you know, it's all part of their persona and how they've grown in the sport. So, I don't know. Yeah, I think the Kaisaw thing. Kyle said he should have won the race this weekend. That was on him. So I actually didn't see the end of the race. I actually fell asleep. So I
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
there was no contact, no nothing like that. It was absolute racing incident.
Yeah.
The air came off the nose, and you had to, damn near wipe the right hand quarter panel off the car to keep it that close to the wall, and just wrong place, wrong time. With the aero package, and
Yeah.
that's all it took.
And speaking of the aero package, so NASCAR has decided, I saw today, that they were talking about different things they're going to do to try to keep the cars from flipping over. And they were going to put another fin on the front windshield of the car.
The front windshield. They were going to have a shark fin, running from the back all the way to the spoiler.
Yeah. So they decided not to do that. Now, in the flap on the hood, on the roof, they're going to put a piece of fabric on it'd be the left side of the flap. So when it goes right, it catches and slows the car down. And then they're increasing the shark fin on the top and the back deck lid by 2 inches to 3 inches, and the valance of the car on the right side 2 more inches, which I don't know how that's going to work with putting 2 more inches of valance when you got a ride height where you're already like maybe a half inch or less off the ground to begin with. So I don't know.
They're scraping the bottom of the barrel with the new next gen car. They're doing everything it takes to succeed, just kind of like the car tomorrow. When the COTs came out, they wanted that to succeed so bad.
Just go back to the Xfinity cars, what they wrote.
100%. I agree. The car tomorrow, I didn't like that either. I don't like this future gen car. I mean, again, I hate bashing NASCAR and racing because I'm a fan and I want the sport to continue on. But when you got drivers saying the same thing, I mean, Mark Martin was on a podcast a week ago. I think it was called Mark's Take. I don't know if it's his podcast that he does with somebody else or whatever, but the question was, they asked him about this current gen car, and it started out with, where do you want me to start? The numbers, they need to put the numbers back on the damn door. They don't tell me that it's because they need more space for the sponsors for advertisement, because the trucks and Xfinity cars have the numbers on the door and they have no problem advertising. And it was been that way for a long time. Then he talked about the back end of the car doesn't look like a race car. The tires, I mean, he was just going on. I was like, "Oh, you go, Mark. This is the way a lot of us feel." And when you hear Mark Martin, a legend of NASCAR, talking truth and common sense, I mean, he basically said, Xfinity. He even said, I believe on our podcast, he agreed with us. The Xfinity Series racing is the best racing. The car, it just is better. It just creates better racing. And he,
realistically, I don't care what you do to these cars to make them not go upside down. The drivers seem to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. Safety has gone such a long ways. We saw cars, go 200 yards on the roof and flip back over, get on their wheels, and they're hopping out of the cars. They're going 200 miles an hour. Unless you build them like an airfoil, they're not going to stick to the pavement like a Indy car. and Indy cars get thrown around, like rag dolls anyways. And they're, if I remember right, the center of gravity on an Indy car is 16 feet below the racetrack. When they're at full downforce going around the corners, they're
Yeah.
16 feet below ground is where their
roll
Yep.
center is.
that it's nuts. And to think that you're going to keep a 3,000-pound car going backwards, that's shaped the way that any car is, it's just unrealistic. I mean, they've been flipping for 100 years now, or 70, what is it, 76 years this year. Yeah.
Who was it that back in it was like the 90s? I think it was Michael Waltrip, and I can't remember what race it was, but his car, whoever it was, their car was completely like torn in half.
Yep.
And they unbuckled and got out of the car.
Yeah.
And that was, I'm pretty sure in the 90s, late 90s, mid 90s.
It was a Bristol.
Yeah.
Was it
Even
Michael Waltrip? I
no,
can't
it was-
remember for sure, but
Mike Harmon hit the track entrance wall and
Okay.
split into a million pieces. That
Yeah.
car is actually down here in a museum in North Carolina. They've
Yep.
got him, and they've got Waltrip's car that was also at Bristol. I don't know how they collected all the pieces. I really don't care, but they're at a little NASCAR museum. Probably somewhere mid-state, but
Right.
with all like Mike Harmon's car, if you ever want to see a terrifying crash, look that one up on YouTube. That is some shit.
but that's also a testament to how
And that's
safety has been throughout the years for NASCAR. I mean, when an incident happened, then they like the Newman bar where they
Yeah.
put that bar across the top of the roll cage after his incident. The Mark Martin bar footbox deal from back in the day when he got in a wreck in the ASA thing and broke both of his, I think he broke both of his legs or ankles, or at least one of them was broke because of the footbox wasn't properly reinforced. What else is there? There's something else. There's different things from different incidents that have created, more things safety wise for the cars, but I don't know. I mean, that was another thing. NASCAR. I can't remember who it was. One of the big name insiders. It wasn't Bob Podcast. Posted that NASCAR is rumored to want to bring the Cup wheel package to Xfinity for cost savings. Which means
I do not see how these titanium lug nuts and these carbon composite wheels are cheaper than the stamped steel tire.
They'd have to redo the whole geometry of the car would be different because the wheels are bigger wheels in diameter. I think aren't they 20-inch wheels or 18-inch wheels or something like that?
18-inch wheels.
Yeah. So, and I believe the NASCAR ones are 15. The Xfinity ones are 15 or something like that. I could be wrong, but I know that the Cup car wheels are bigger. Either way, if we had a pit crew guy that could give us a hand that was listening, that would be great in the comments or whatever.
They are 27 by 5 or 0.5 by 12.015s.
The cup wheels are?
Oh, the Xfinity wheel.
Yeah, so the Xfinity wheels are smaller than.
All right, so there's a Xfinity wheel.
Yeah.
Next gen wheel.
Yeah. So that they would have to redo the whole geometry of the car. They would have to redo the bodies. I mean, possibly the chassis even to get those wheels to work. And it was supposedly a cost saving thing. And I'm like, from when we were in Pocono at the race, Bobby, do you remember Dave, Jeremy's tire guy, getting a call from one of the truck teams that they were using the same tire compounds and tires at the trucks as Xfinity. And he called and asked Dave, hey, do you want our tires or whatever? Buy the tires. And so they, which I don't know what ever happened with that, but either way, so I know they use the same compound of tires. So I don't know. And they use the same tires, and then the other teams, interchange tires that aren't used by other teams that wreck out or whatever. So,
and another thing in NASCAR news, it is just going to be a Chevrolet next year. It will no longer be the Camaro. It will just purely be Chevrolet.
yeah,
they did not bounce to Cadillac like I personally expected them.
I
thought they would too.
I really expected the XTS Blackwing to take its place with a new front fascia and bumper. That made the logical sense. But I don't think people think of Cadillac and NASCAR.
The problem that they had was, and I remember reading this, if they went to Cadillac, that was going to be a trickle down effect, and it was going to fall into the Xfinity series too. And the Xfinity series wasn't what they would have had to redo everything.
Well, yeah, and same with the Cup teams. They would have had to buy new noses, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you do watch ARCA, they're still running the Impala / Caprice, noses and tails on them, and they haven't been made in 7 years.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that was the other thing they were talking about with the Xfinity series, not just the tires, but possibly changing some other stuff too. And it's like, why would you mess with a series that is a majority of people's favorite series to watch because it's the best racing? If they want to change anything, go to the Xfinity platform, put a bigger engine in it with more horsepower for the Cup series, and let them drive the car. I think that would be the answer. But all these teams have now bought into this next gen car and invested all this capital and money and research and whatever. I mean, NASCAR could still do their control of what every team gets the same parts. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it's crazy. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But the way things are, you never can tell. Things all seem to change, and as long as it doesn't go electric, then I definitely will be out. So, but I love racing, but to some point you gotta say, okay, enough's enough. I mean, I'll go support my local short track racing, then I'll support a dirt track, the grassroots people that are racing, whatever. I don't know, just because I grew up in the era of the 70s, 80s, 90s, the heyday of racing, and loved those cars, and now it's going a different direction because of technology. But just like everything else, I guess technology is good sometimes and technology is bad sometimes. So
show them on your flip phone.
Oh my God. All right. So you guys got anything else, or I'm going to start running through the spiel?
No,
I got another 20 minutes to talk, Bobby.
Then you guys can have at it, and I'm going to bed.
I'm just kidding.
Remember to follow us on Area 51 Racing Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We are on Podbean. We are also on YouTube, as you can tell. Reminder, if you have not done so, stickygears.com. Purchase one of those Area 51 Racing t-shirts, just $15. A portion of that money goes directly to Jeremy Clements Racing to keep Jeremy on the racetrack. Also, don't forget Armadillo Apparel. They make these awesome hats. They make awesome shirts. Whatever your backpacks, whatever you need. Also, if you need your sheet metal, call 1-800-DAVE or go see the Racing Warehouse if you need any sheet metal at the Racing Warehouse. I believe it's, what is it, trw.com or something?
It's actually
Yeah.
theracingwarehouse.com.
Okay.
So I do have my piece of the Pocono car
I do see
Right.
that.
right
Nice.
there. Yep. So
like it.
we all three have it. And then I ended up getting the Darlington
Nice.
contingency panel. So I
Um,
forgot the brakes went out on that car, and it's got brake fluid all over on the back of it. So
Smells
Okay,
terrific.
so
yeah,
we are, if you need big stickers, so get a hold of Anna from Anna Mora Designs, because we are officially sold out. The only way you get them is if Anna makes them. We have these little ones. We have about 100 of them. If you're interested in them, they're $4 a piece. These things are perfect for anything. Fit on your hat, fit on your I don't know, coaster, whatever you want to throw it on. Throw it on your refrigerator for all we care. We appreciate everybody. If you need those stickers, contact me. We are selling them. They are effective now. If I could reach behind me and grab them, I would. I can grab some. I can feel it. Hold on. I have some. That's just a section. Gale Beard Products, partner of Area 51 Racing Podcast. Their products are official product of our podcast and also Jeremy Clements Racing. Go to galebeard.com, place an order. Go to the discount code when you go to checkout. Type in Area 51 for 15% off your order and free shipping. I expressed that shipping the other day, and I'll tell you what, I came home with a package that was yay big by yay tall, and Rob watched me open it. All I can say,
Golly.
golly. I love it. They can say it.
Galway is exactly right. Holy cow!
Check out we have a new sponsor, and I was gonna wait. Check out Enigma Tattoo Studio. He did my tattoo, obviously for Dad. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I got Dad's heartbeat right here. Got the checkered flag all the way around. He just did my Steelers tattoo. But if you guys need a tattoo, reach out to Terry over at Enigma. He's awesome. It's in Rossford, Ohio, if you're looking for it. I'd like to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Spartan Waste, Fox Sports Spartanburg, Impel Union, Lions Driveway Solutions, First Pacific Funding, Elite Towing and Recovery, Whitetail Smokeless, Fly Inform Concrete Structures, Runner's Roost, Matman Designs, Action RV, Booze Pops, Nordic Logistics, Wings Etc., Anna Amora Designs, Gale, Surefit Companies, High Speed Auto, Kylie Glick Racing, Jeremy Clements, and Jeremy Clements Racing. I cannot thank you guys enough for everything that you do. Also, I want to give a shout out to each and every one of our fans. cannot thank you guys enough. Rob, Dave, and I greatly appreciate you all.
Nope.
That was good. But no, I want to thank everybody for everything, and we promise. Well, I can't make a promise, but we're hoping that by next week we'll be able to have guests back on the show. Our guest tonight was supposed to be Jeremy's sister, but with nobody having power and whatnot, we postponed it. So with that being said, we're gonna play the Booze Pop jingle. And
Before you do that, Bobby, just real quick.
Yep.
The reason why I wore the Spartan waist thing today and was to show support. I was going to mention that earlier to the Spartanburg area and that part of the U.S. that was affected by the hurricane. It just so happened all three of us wore Spartan waist, shirts. So again, prayers and whatever, if there's anything we can do, reach out to us, whatever that may be. And we hope you guys are able to get back to some sense of normalcy and at some point and you're able to recover and get back on your feet again and get power back and everything like that. So, but I just wanted to say that before we go.
Yep,
so.
Absolutely. Our thoughts and prayers are with everybody out there. And with that being said, y'all have a good night. We will see you guys next week. And as we end tonight, we are going to play the Booze Pop Extra. So y'all have a good night, and we'll see you guys next week.
It's a veteran underdog ice cream truck. Booze Pop, baby, it's Booze Pop, baby. Bringing people together.
All right, everybody. Have a great night.
Yeah, have a great night. I thought my computer decided to shut off again because everything just went.
I don't
Silent.
know. I don't know what happened there. That was the weirdest thing ever. It just like stopped playing. Let me try that one more time. That was weird. I've never had that happen before. Like that was just really weird.
It's almost like me and Dave doing the podcast where.
No, that was like it didn't want to work. So give me one sec. Let me try this again. I've never had it do that.
I've said that a couple times.
All right.
It's a veteran underdog ice cream truck. Booze Pop, baby, it's Booze Pop, baby. Bringing people together. One Booze Pop at a time. Let's go. We're gonna rock out with our pops out, baby. It's the only pop that keeps you warm. You can rock out to go to boozepop.com.
Y'all have a good night, and we will see you guys next week. Sorry about the technical difficulty there at the end. I guess that's what happens when you miss a couple weeks.
Right. Yep. And everybody, #Carolina Strong.
Amen.
Carolina strong, South Carolina strong, Virginia, Tennessee,
Florida.
Georgia, Florida, everybody.
We love y'all.
Yes, we do.
We'll see you guys next week.
Peace and prayer.